Until just 2 months ago, I was living in New York City and was close to completing almost a full year of living abroad there. Before that, I'd spent my whole life in Seoul. The first 7 out of the 12 months of living in New York City were some of the hardest times of my life. I was faced with so many challenges, I didn't know where the pile of problems began and ended. And then the last 5 months of living there were some of the best times of my life. I'd scratched and clawed and fought to survive in that concrete jungle, and I had emerged on the other side with a support system, a community, and so many life lessons I wouldn't have otherwise learned. Now I have been lucky enough to have been able to spend and experience living in 2 vastly different cultures and environments during my formative years. And while I wouldn't necessarily go through all of those incredible hardships again, I am so grateful I was given such an opportunity to develop new parts of my personality, as well as grow so much as a person in just the span of a year. And so, I would like to share how I did that with all of you. Share these lessons that I learned that helped me get through so much and come so much far. I've even come up with a cheesy name for my method so that when you guys go home after a whole day of listening to speeches, you just might remember this one phrase from mine. I call my method of self-discovery and development the Empire State of Mind. In New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of. Yeah, it's that one. And while being a reference to the song of the same name, my title is a definition of what I think considers or qualifies someone to be considered a New Yorker. So some people will tell you, oh, you're a true New Yorker when you've lived in the city for a decade. Others, your whole life. Well, I say that being a New Yorker is nothing more than a mindset. It's a unique way of navigating the strange, beautiful, and complex world. Now, I'm not saying that adopting the Empire State of Mind is an end-all, be-all means of unlocking new parts of your personality. Of course not. I think everyone in this room would agree with me when I say that we can always learn from and collaborate with others, including New Yorkers, to better ourselves. And I just happen to know about New Yorkers. So when you guys go home, I want you to remember at least 2 of the 7 I'm about to share with you. 7 traits that make up the Empire State of Mind personality. Take those 2 and blend them with your own unique culture, traditions, and characteristics to get a unique perspective with which you can view the world in a new context. So, to give you guys a quick idea of what I mean when I say someone with the mindset of a New Yorker. Well, I mean someone who has the confidence and the determination of an angry New Yorker trying to get to work. Someone who won't take anything for granted, someone willing to appreciate the beautiful world they live in. Now, I know I'm going a bit off track here, but just look at that for a moment. Look at how beautiful that is, how amazing it is. And we get to live there. Every single day for the rest of our lives, we get to live there in that beautiful place. That's amazing, and we should be amazed by that every day. So now I'm about to share with you 7 traits that make up the Empire State of Mind. Discovering and implementing these traits into my daily life has helped me come so far as a person in both small and large ways, and they have allowed me to learn so many new lessons. I hope at least one person in this audience today can take away something meaningful and resonate with what I'm about to share with you. Number 1, really live in the moment and really appreciate everything you have. I know that's so much easier said than done, and I truly get how we all have our stresses, our anxieties, and our worries. But you just have to learn to let go, release, relax, let go. Take your mind off your worries, take your mind off the past and the future, because if you don't, you aren't living in the present. You aren't fully there, taking full experience of this beautiful life. It's so easy to get caught up in the hustle of daily life that you can't stop to admire the big picture and just take a breath. It's hard to admire the beauty of the whole forest when your path is being blocked by a tree. And I know, if you're that kind of person who's way too busy that you can't even take a short walk outside every day to live in the moment, at least give yourselves 1 minute each day. Use that precious minute to meditate, close your eyes after a full day of work, do some yoga, maybe make a quick drawing, or whatever it is that takes your mind off your worries. Because no matter how prone human beings are to worrying, worrying does nothing about the problems we're concerned with. It only takes us out of the moment. So use that minute each day, and then extend it by a little bit more each day until it just becomes another part of your schedule when you have to take time out for yourself and you have to be present. Number 2, don't take anything for granted, not even the small things. Now this one's a bit more self-explanatory, so I'll just give you a list of things you can do. Try a new thing every day. Maybe it doesn't mean doing an amazing, revolutionary new experience every single day. Perhaps it just means trying on mismatching socks for the first time. Be more of a tourist in your own city. Bring a sketchbook or a journal the next time you go to a museum so that you can take in the full details of the beautiful art in front of you instead of just snapping a photo and moving on. Get to know your parents and your grandparents a bit better. Ask them what a typical day was like for them when they were little. Remember that people usually only start to appreciate something when they're about to lose that thing or when it's already gone. So remind yourself that if you try to do a new thing every single day for the rest of your life, you still wouldn't be able to do everything. So be fearless and try everything that you've always wanted to do. I would rather go down having turned over every stone than have spent my time and the precious resource that is life being caught up in the small things. Number 3, mind your own business, and don't judge or treat someone else differently just because they look or act differently. You don't know more about the person that you're judging than the person knows about themselves. So if you have an opinion about them, chances are they already know it. There's no reason for you to meddle in other people's affairs. Instead, embrace the differences in our world. How boring would life be if everyone looked and acted the same? How monotonous, how dystopian. And while you should learn to mind your own business, never hesitate to reach out a helping hand to a stranger you see struggling on the street. I think this is a big misconception people have about New Yorkers. They think all 8 million New Yorkers are always rude and angry. And sure, there have been times when I was pushed for blocking the train doors, but there have also been times when people gave up their seats for me on the train because they noticed I was carrying a lot of stuff. I didn't know them personally, they didn't know me personally. They just did it out of the respect and compassion we must have for everyone else. No matter our differences, we must learn to respect the health and well-being of other people. Ask someone if they're okay. Tell someone a joke to cheer them up. Learn when you should look away and not stare at someone for being weird, and learn when you should give a helping hand. Because someday people will pay for it, and who knows, the favor they return just might end up being a big help to you. Number 4, have self-confidence and learn to build it up. Always remember that no one has the right to bring you down. Sure, parents, teachers, and bosses will give you constructive criticism and feedback. That's to help you grow. That's their job. But no one has the right to make you feel bad on purpose. If they do, that's their problem of being mean to other people they need to work on, not your problem. It's not my problem that I had people on the train calling me racial slurs. It was the offender's problem. And no matter how scared I would be sometimes walking alone on the streets, I would not show fear. I put up a wall between myself and anything that could have tried to hurt me. You have to learn to carry a shield and block out the mean people of this world. Because there will always be mean people in the world. That's a constant. You can't control that. What you can control is yourself and how you react to the message. If someone is being mean to you, don't give them the satisfaction of seeing you sad. I always remember how haters make me stronger. I thank the people who try to discourage me because they gave me even more motivation to try and succeed and prove them wrong. Prevail and succeed so that you can tell your haters, hey, I did it, even though you try to pull me down. Now, this isn't me telling you to tolerate bullying, harassment, and just take it. No, I'm telling you to fight back. Fight back by building up your shield, building up your self-confidence so strong that your bullies can't even touch you. always remember that no one has the right to bring you down. Number 5, don't care about what other people think of you so much, because if you do, their opinion about you will become your opinion about yourself. Back in middle school, I used to be so self-conscious. And then I went to New York City. In the city, I realized that I could be myself, no matter how weird I was, which wasn't even that weird compared to all the interesting characters you see on the street. That was such a moment of freedom and liberation for me. I realized that I could be myself, as weird as I was, because there was always going to be someone weirder than me, and no one would care about either of us weirdos. People don't think about you as much as you think they do. Now, I'm not saying that to be mean, it just applies to everyone. So don't be so self-conscious, you're only trapping yourselves with your own hands, because everyone is just focusing on their own thing and is busy. Number 6, don't be so harsh on yourself. Everyone is bound to mess up or make a mistake sometimes. In fact, mistakes are the only ways we can grow and see beyond. If we succeeded all the time, we wouldn't be able to appreciate our successes the way we usually do, because that normalization of success would make it just another completed task. But our mistakes and our setbacks condition our minds to train and strive harder for success. And when we do finally achieve it, it's amazing and we feel great. And that was only because we had to work twice as hard to get back on track after being pushed out. The next time you make a mistake, don't go around beating yourself up the whole day. Instead, take 30 seconds, no more and no less. Use those 30 seconds to reflect on your mistake. Let all the anger and frustration out. And when those 30 seconds are up, get up and get back to work on solving the problem. This is a much more effective and healthy method of dealing with mistakes than is going around moping the whole day. So the next time you make a mistake, take 30 seconds, then get back to work. Number 7, last but not least, stay amazed and stay curious. Now, I get that I'm overusing this image, but just look at that again. Look at how beautiful that is. It blows my mind to try and understand how that sphere contains the weight of 8 billion people. And not just 8 billion people, but the weight of 8 billion people and their memories, their jobs, their families, and their stories. There is so much else to be marveled at on Earth as well. All these beautiful pictures that I have behind me, that's not even a fraction of it. There's so much to be amazed by on Earth that if you chose something to be amazed by every single day, you still wouldn't be able to marvel at everything there is to be shocked by at the end of your life. So never stop learning. Always stay curious and always stay amazed, because there is so much that you will be missing out on if you don't. Go down a Wikipedia wormhole. Watch a 2-hour-long documentary on YouTube. Pick a random book from the library to read. Pursue your passions, it's not that hard. Now, I've just given you a list of 7 things that helped me unlock a large part of my personality this past year. I tend to ramble on, and my ideas may not have made much sense, so here's a quick recap list. I hope at least everyone here takes 2 and tries them out from this list. And before I conclude and give your ears a break, I would like to try something I'm not exactly sure I can do, but I'd like to go ahead and try it anyway. I would also like to conclude my speech before my native New Yorker friends pass out from secondhand embarrassment 11,000 kilometers away. Keep in mind that I've never tried this before, so I'm also doing a new thing today. I would like to make everyone in this room an honorary New Yorker. There. Now, all of you guys are officially really awesome, extremely resilient, and an all-around beautiful group of people of all cultures, traditions, and characteristics. Take a look around you at your fellow honorary New Yorkers. Look at the beautiful diversity in this room and embrace it. Now that open-mindedness you just exhibited, that is the Empire State of Mind. Thank you.